Everyone, and welcome to this demo class. And thank you all for coming. Um, this session is going to be recorded, and uh, I give over the floor to Harry for him to start his presentation. Thank you.
Hey guys, good morning. So this is Harry, right? Thank you for giving me the opportunity to give an introduction to the industry of networking. So for the next half an hour, I'm gonna walk you through the different opportunities we have in the networking, right? And then just giving a brief idea about what exactly we are going to learn in our curriculum. So just giving a guidance and then the path. After this training, where do we get interviews and what kind of job opportunities we have, right? So I just wanted to give a brief intro about my profile. So I have basically around 16 years of experience, almost like 15 plus, close to 16 years. I'm in the industry of networking and network security. So basically, I'm an engineer, a computer science engineer. After that, I took networking as my career, and then I have gone through different training programs. I have my CCIE certified in Cisco, which is one of the top level certification of Cisco. I'm a CCIE in security certified, and then I've done my certifications on other vendors, competitors to Cisco, you could say, products like Palo Alto, FortiGate, Checkpoint, F5. So these are all different network products where I'm certified, and I am focused primarily on training. I conduct trainings for corporates as well as students like you people. And then I do consulting. I have some clients for whom I'm doing security counseling and consultations based on the corporate's need. I basically give them the support, how to build their infrastructure and how to secure their organization. I basically guide them how to deploy their firewall products, how to secure their infra basically, right? So that is about my profile. And let me just start with the introduction, what exactly we are doing here. So I hope you people can see my screen, right? Right? I think my screen is visible.
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, thanks. Thank you. So, I mean, sorry. So, okay. So, let's say just to walk through how the history of networking has evolved. I'm just going around 30 years behind, right? Let's say we are in the early 1990s. I have two computers, right? Let's say I want to copy a data from one computer to another computer. Can take a computer, laptop, whatever it is. I have a data. I want to copy the data from one computer to other computer. So let's imagine 30 years back how they would have transferred it. So we used to have a media type called floppy disk. I'm not sure how many of you have really seen floppy disk nowadays. Nobody really sees it. Nobody uses it. We used to have a media type called floppy disk. Remember, this can maximum carry 1 MB of traffic. Maximum data that you can copy is 1 MB. Then they came up with another enhancement in the technology. They came with CDs. We have DVDs, right? Which is used to copy a data from one system to another system, another computer, right? Then I believe you people use USB, your flash drive, pen drive, whatever way you call it. At some stage, some period of time, they came up with a hardware module called NIC. We call it as Network Interface Card. On your computers, on your laptops, on your smartphones, we have a hardware module integrated called NIC, which can take the data from your computer convert the data into signals. It can basically take the data, right? It can take the data from your computer, convert the data into signals, into ones and zeros. So we need somebody who can carry the signal. So we use a media type. We used to have a media type called cables. I hope you people use internet in your home. You use a Wi-Fi nowadays, but remember we used to have a cable, LAN cable. So we call it as Ethernet cable, right? Which can basically carry the signals. The data is officially carried in the form of signals. We carry the data from one computer to another computer. So basically, the job of an NIC card is also to carry the data from one node to another node. So either you take a floppy disk, you take a CD, you take a USB, you take a NIC. The base concept is to do what? Move a data from one computer to another computer. Over the period of years, we have come up with so many technical enhancements. At some stage, they came up with the concept of NIC, which can carry large amount of data from one computer to another computer. Now, even with this design, you can see I can connect only two computers. This was further enhanced into a technology called network. A network is what basically it's a collection of computers, interconnecting computers, printers, servers. So let's say I have a computer A, computer B, I have a printer, I have a server. So basically it's all about interconnecting these nodes. So interconnecting your computers, right? Printer, server. Why do I need to interconnect? Because I can basically transfer data to more than one computer at the same time. So for example, sitting in computer A, I can transfer data to computer B parallelly. At the same time, I could transfer the data to another computer or maybe to a server. So by interconnecting devices, we can push the data transfer. We can improvise how data transfer can be done. Now, over the period of time, we have come up with so many technological enhancements to form this network. You have a wired network, you have a wireless network, but the basic theme is always to push the data from one system to another system, right? Now, by doing so, right, by transferring data from one node to another node, right? So where do we need this technology, right? Where do we need the concept of interconnecting these computers? Now, look at the current industry, in the current world of I should say, we are in the world of internet. Why do I say that? You take any industry, either it is a shipping industry, hotel industry, IT companies, or it's a banking industry, any industry, we have less paperwork. Everybody has started moving towards something called digital world, right? We are in a digital era where everything is digitalized, right? Rather than manual documentation, manual records, now everything is digitalized. So everything is digitalized when I say wherever we go, we carry our smartphones, we are digitally connected to the internet always, right? You carry your laptop, you carry your smartphones, you carry your iPads. One way or either we are all digitally connected. So when I say digitally connected, we need engineers or administrators who can manage that internet, right? Who can manage the network. For example, let's say you have a banking industry, you have a finance sector where I'm running a very sensitive bank. I need all my devices in my banking, right from banking servers, which is maintaining all online payments. You have employees working in the bank. All their devices has to be digitally connected. So we need a administrator who can develop and manage their infrastructure. It's not about developing their banking infra. We need an engineer who can secure their servers, who can secure their office employees, laptops, computers, everything which is digitally connected. We need an engineer who can manage it, who can secure it. Now, the biggest advantage, let's say I'm Just comparing with other industry, I'm learning a C program. I'm trying to learn a C programming, let's say. I'm trying to become a programmer. I'm learning a C programming or Java programming. So what would happen? By learning a C programming or Java programming, I become a programmer. I basically become a developer. Now I start applying a job. Who is going to recruit me? A company who's trying to develop products on Java or based on C. A particular industry focused on that particular language, they will be interested to recruit a person, right? Now, my career is not diversified. I'm learning a programming skills. I'm getting into an IT job who's developing the product based on the language. Now, imagine now, instead of doing a Java or C programming, I'm learning a networking technologies. I'm learning the certification programs on networking and network security limits. Now, who's going to recruit me? Which kind of industry is going to recruit? After learning a networking programs, network security programs, I can get job especially in IT industry, no doubt, because they have IT companies who are managing, they need engineers to manage their infra. I can get a job in hotel industry. I can get a job in my shipping industry, or I can get a job in banking industry. Any sectors or every sector, they're all some way they are dependent on network infrastructure. So they need network infra to be set up, to be built, to be managed, to be secured, right? The biggest takeaway of our industry, networking industry, is like every industry is interdependent one way or other, knowingly or unknowingly, they are depending on the networking platform because future is all completely digitalized. Now, already we are in the digital era. Still, dependency of digital platform is going to be too much in such a way like we need more engineers who can manage the infrastructure, secure it. Cyber attacks is what, see, we are in a, I believe you people know the current event happening across the world. We have so many wars happening between different nations. Slowly, this war will become digital wars. Even now, we have so many kind of digital attacks happening. So countries are not going to throw away the bombs or nuclear weapons, or they are not going to send any missiles. In future, everything is going to be digital-based attacks. So we will be depending too much on cyber security engineers, network security engineers who can secure the wealth of the company, wealth of the organization is all digital data. How securely we are going to protect our data is what is going to be the future. And there comes our industry. Anybody who's having a good knowledge on network security, firewall products, they will have a good scope. I'm not trying to, showcase the industry, but reality is such a way like everything is becoming digitalized. We need engineers who can secure and manage their infrastructure, right? Now, apart from this, okay, we are picking up the networking as an industry. What are the different options we have there? Who's more famous in it? Now, when it comes to networking, it's all about learning about different products used in network, like routers, learning about switches, learning about firewall products. We have so many devices apart from this. So who's more popular in the industry? We have so many vendors who are actually focused on network technologies, who are selling devices, products, who are giving support, who are giving trainings and certification programs. The topmost brand which is focused on network and security is Cisco, followed by we have other vendors like Fortinet or FortiGate, the way they call it, they have different way to call it. We have product like Juniper, we have product like Palo Alto. These are all famous vendors who are focused on network and network security platforms. So we have product like Checkpoint, we have product like Dell. Dell has a product called Sonic Wall, which is a firewall product. So we have so many vendors who are into the network industry who are manufacturing, selling network products like routers, firewalls, and switches. They give trainings and certification. Now, why Cisco stands tall out of all these competitors in it? Cisco, if you look at it, they started in the year 1980. Look at it way back. Before even we had a vision about digital era, this company was launched in the year 1980. So one of the biggest key things what Cisco did, since they are market leader now, we need to know the reason why they became a market leader. So in the year 1980, when they started as a small startup company, it was a husband and wife, Len and Sandy. They were the partners of Cisco when they started. They, in the year 1980, they started this company. They were working as a lab administrator in United States in one of a university. They left the company and they started Cisco. When they were traveling in a bridge called San Francisco Bridge, which is one of the famous landmark in US. So it's a famous bridge we have in United States. When they were traveling in the bridge, they thought an idea, why don't we quit the job and start our own small startup which can develop products which can interconnect computers. They initially developed a product called Switch. They focused on a project, how do we interconnect computers so we can push the data between computers. So they had a vision. They started this company Cisco in the year 1980. The term Cisco is derived from the keyword San Francisco. If you look at the logo, the company's logo is basically the digital symbol of Cisco is this San Francisco Bridge. This is the San Francisco Bridge that we have in the United States that is used in fact as the logo of Cisco. So okay, now that is about Cisco, how they launched. Cisco in the year 1980 when they started, they focused on two things. Cisco basically, they focused on two parts. One, we develop a product, right? They develop a product like router switches. How do we sell the product? I develop a smartphone or I develop a laptop. How do I sell it? I need a proper salesman, right? I need a salesman who can go and showcase this product, sell it to the customers, right? Now, they took two types of salesmen. One who goes and sells this product, and the other type of salesman, what they projected is called training and certification. They focused on one more thing called trainings and certification. Now, imagine after our curriculum, after our training, you are getting trained on CCNA, which is a Cisco Certified Network Associate, the first level certification program in Cisco. So they have so many levels of certification. Now imagine you are getting trained on a Cisco product, right? Which means you are applying for a job. The interviewer or the company will know about two things. One, if you are saying you are trained and certified on Cisco CCNA, the recruiter understands, okay, you are aware of networking technology, right? You know how to work on routers and switches. So I know that if I recruit you, you can manage and support my infra. Second, when you say you're a CCNA, Cisco certified professional, I know that you're aware of technology, network technology, particularly how to implement this on Cisco product. Because when you say Cisco certified, Cisco is focusing on the technology and how to implement it on Cisco product. Now what happens? My company, if they're planning to purchase a router and switches, if you're working for my company, I know that you're good in networking, you're good at Cisco products. So that is going to motivate the company to purchase Cisco devices. Rather than I purchase a Juniper router or FortiGate firewall, I know that if I purchase a Cisco product, you're aware of Cisco technology. You know the technology and you're aware of Cisco products. So that will indirectly become a sales point of view. Because if I somehow make the engineers to get Cisco trained and certified, when they go and join a company, company indirectly is triggered to purchase Cisco product. Second, what they did is Cisco gives discounts for the companies who are having Cisco certified engineers. For example, I'm running a company called ABC. I recruit Cisco certified engineers. Let's say there are 10 certified engineers who are working for this company. Now what happens is this company become a partner to Cisco. They become a silver partner. They'll become a gold partner to Cisco. Now, if I become a partner to Cisco, what is going to happen? When I purchase a product from Cisco, they give discounts. After purchasing a product, normally when you get a laptop, you get a support, right? 1 year free support, 2 years of warranty. Likewise, on the product purchase, product support also, I'll be getting a discount. Now think how Cisco is doing a marketing. They have a sales team who is doing the marketing to sell the product. Indirectly, when a certified engineer comes and joins the company, that is actually motivating the company to purchase Cisco product. Because whenever the engineer is good in Cisco product, and if I have enough certified engineers working for the company, I get discounts on product purchase and product supports. Right? That is how they acquired the market. Cisco acquired the entire industry market. Even now, 70, I mean, almost like it's a rough figure, 60 to 70% of the market in internet industry is with Cisco. Globally, 60 to 70% of the market is with the Cisco products, right? Because of the reason they are a very old company, they know the strategies, how to improvise the technology, how to come up with the new solutions, how to attract the customers in fact, right? See, it doesn't mean that the other products are not good. I'm just saying the lion's share of market they have because they were a very old organization. So if you look at Palo Alto, they started in the year 2008, 2009, same way around FortiGate. So every product is good in their own concepts and technology, but majority of the market share is with Cisco, right? Now, in general, when it comes to security platform, securing an organization, we have to go for a product like firewall. When you look at firewall technology, security concepts, Palo Alto, FortiGate, Checkpoint, they are the number one market leaders, followed by Cisco, followed by Juniper and Sony. So when I say security, what do you mean by that? Is that networking is different, security is different? No, not exactly. When you look at the industry of network, that is segregated into different platforms. We divide the networking industry into different specializations, right? We have different specializations of the industry. So learning only about routers and switches, learning core technology of routing and switching is one industry. Learning about security technologies, focusing completely on network security or cyber security, that is a different specialization of networking. Learning and specializing on wireless technology is different. Learning about ISPs, learning about data centers, we have different certification tracks in networking, right? Now, in Cisco, we do have one more thing called collaboration, learning about IP phone, learning about the technology in IP phone, right? Learning about IP phone, how data call happens over IP phone, technology based on it. So we have different specializations of networking. Now, as a beginner, where do I start? So you wanted to get specialized in wireless. Maybe you're trying to get specialized in security. You cannot straight away start with security. As a beginner, you're first asked to get trained on CCNA because this is where you learn the fundamentals of networking. You learn the basics of networking. What is network? Sitting in a computer, if I browse youtube.com, behind the scenes, how my computer and YouTube will do data transfer. Basic data transaction, how it is happening. Behind the scenes, what are the role of different protocols, role of devices like routers and switches. You learn the basics in fact. Foundation is covered there. Once you're done with CCNA, second, you need to choose your specialization. What do you want to get specialized? Do you want to get specialized on routing and switching? Then Cisco gives us a certification called CCNP. Cisco Certified Network Associate is the first level. Then you have Network Professional. Then you have the highest level certification that I was saying about my profile. We have something called CCIE, Cisco certified inter-network expert. You become an expert in the technology. After that, we do have one more thing called architect, Cisco certified architect. That is for professionals with 10 years experience in the industry. As an engineer, you can go for the 3 levels of certification. Associate first. Once you're done with it, you choose your track. Let's say you're planning to go with, I want basic network skill, but I wanted to get specialized in security. So after CCNA, you have to get trained on CCNP security. You want to get trained on CCIE security. That is why you choose your track. Or you want to get specialized in wireless. After CCNA, you get into CCNP wireless, CCIE. That is how the certification hierarchy goes. In our curriculum, what we are planning to do is we are trying to make sure you people get a good understanding of network foundations. You have a good skill set on fundamentals of routing and switching. Once you are getting trained on it, we have planned to give you skill sets on a different product, FortiGate, because it is a quite famous product. There are more job openings on FortiGate firewall. So once we are getting trained on CCNA, we are planning to give you introductory level concepts on FortiGate. So it's not just you learn the basics. We also give you some ideas on firewall technology, security, beginner level, introduction level concepts we plan. So that it's not just CCNA you do, you get some additional add-on skills, not just focusing only on one vendor, focusing on another vendor, another product is an added advantage, right? So that's all about the market, how Cisco is dividing the specializations. In that, where do you start as a beginner, as a fresher with zero skills, where do you start? And then what are the different levels of certifications there? Now, when it comes to CCNA, after you get trained, if you're planning to go for certification, the organization, there is a company called Pearson VUE, they conduct exams for CCNA. They conduct exams for Microsoft, Oracle, Cisco. You have to go for the exam through this testing center. This company is the testing center who conducts Cisco exams for CCNA and CCNA, not for CCA, because CCI it's an 8-hour exam. 8-hour exam, you go to Cisco premises. Inside their office, you have to appear physically. You have 8-hour exam you have to go to. So whereas CCNA is just an online exam, you have 2 options. You can go to the testing center manually and appear the exam, or now after COVID, they've introduced online option. Sitting in home, if you have a personal laptop with a good webcam and microphone working, if you have a good laptop with good internet connection, you can go for the exam sitting in your home. Online option is there. Pearson VUE is giving you 2 options. Offline means you go to their premises, testing center, they will conduct the exam, or online. Either way, it's like NQC exam. You get around 60 questions, choose the best. 1 or 2 lab questions you'll be getting. You'll be asked to type some 2-3 commands of routers and switches, right? So once you get through either offline or online, you get exam and you pass the exam, you're getting certified. The validity of the exam is 3 years. Once you get certified, you have 3 years validity given for your certification. Within 3 years, if you want to renew your CCNA, you want to retain your CCNA, you either go for next level exam, which will automatically renew your CCNA, or you have to reappear CCNA exam after 3 years to retain your certification. Right? It's just a MQC based exam with 1 or 2 lab questions to pass your CCNA, right? And the exam center which conducts this exam offline, or they giving you online exam as well, you can go for the certification if you want to do it, right? That is about the certification path, right? Once you learn CCNA, that is where you understand the fundamentals of networking. You get the proper vision. What is network? On daily, your people use WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, you use X, you use YouTube. At the end of CCNA, you will understand, moment you open YouTube app, you opened WhatsApp or you browse gmail.com in your browser, how your system is sending a data to the target. From the target, how the data comes back to you, you will have a clear vision. You will have a clarity how exactly behind the scenes networking happens, right? So sitting in a computer, for example, sitting in this computer, if I try to send the data to computer X, how the data transfer happens, how the reply data works, you'll have the technology learned and you'll have a strong skill set to project it in your interviews, right? Right? So you can go for your questions now, whatever doubts, queries you have, you can shoot it out, right? I'll be happy to answer your queries. Any questions, it doesn't matter what type of queries, just go for it. Only when you start asking questions, you learn, right? Let it be a silly kind of questions, still it's okay. Just go for any things you wanted to clarify, I can help. Yes, Daniel. Guys, any questions, please?
How long does it take to get a training for the exam preparations?
The duration of the training, is it?
Yes.
I think I have to check out the host because I'm not sure how many days in a week we have planned it. It depends on the number of days in a week we are meeting up. So I think I'll ask them to give you the proper idea how many days in a week we are planning, duration of each session, total duration of the course, right? I think that is your question. I'll ask them to update you individually or to the group, right? Because it depends completely on how many sessions in a week we have, right? Are we planning 3 days in a week or 5 days in a week? So maybe I'll ask them to give you clarity on that, right? So, any other questions, please?
Okay, I also wish to ask that for the certifications, let's say you have a certification, so what level is it? A kind of degree program? Can we liken it to a degree program obtained in a
I
university?
mean, basically, how they call you is after your CCNA certified, they'll be calling you like a Cisco engineer. So it's not a degree program, I could say. It is to make yourself inform the recruiter you're a Cisco certified engineer, right? So you cannot call it as a graduation there, but you'll be treated with the same level of importance how a graduate is treated. That is the value of the certification, but I cannot call it as a graduate, but generally they call it as Cisco engineers, Cisco certified engineers, or that is how they used to call them, right? You have a good,
Okay, thank
you have a
you.
good scope value. It's like a brand, you can say. You are carrying a brand in your CV, your profile, right? You carry a brand. That's an advantage you're trying to picturize yourself to the interviewer, right? That's how you easily slip through in the interviews.
Okay, get it.
So
Thank
please,
you.
Because now what they're looking at today's our competition is like we have a huge competition in the market, right? So it's not like a guy comes with a profile saying I'm a graduate. It doesn't satisfy the company's need, because companies nowadays they look for skill set based professionals rather than just a person who has just passed out from a degree or a graduation, because they learn only the syllabus what is covered in their curriculum. So now people they look for skill set based. They look for engineers or personalities who's having diversified skills. What are the skill sets he is bringing to me? That is why people are now triggered to get trained on different technologies. Now, what we have focused in our curriculum itself is clear. We are learning network and security basics as well. So when you start applying for a job, you have a skill set which is equal to 2 years working professional. A person who has worked for 2 years, whatever skill set he's going to have, you're showcasing a talent matching up with the skill set. That is what is indirectly is going to help you when you start applying a job, because the content that we learn in our curriculum will be such a way it can help you for fetching the job easily.
so please, can I retain my question? I had a network breakdown and I couldn't get you anymore.
Can you please come again? I missed it.
So I was asking that if you are going in for cloud security,
Cloud
are you
security.
supposed to yes, are you supposed to learn both wireless and network security?
See, if you're planning to do cloud security, first, again, the path, it's always you have to first start with CCNA, no doubt, right? So your profile has
Yes,
to
sir.
start with CCNA because that is where you learn the basics, like I said. Then you will be learning, you have to learn any product firewall, any vendor firewall product, you should have a skill set. When I say any vendor, like earlier I said, there are different products who are focusing on firewall products. You might have learned Cisco firewall, FortiGate, any firewall product you should have learned. After that, you should be learning any cloud technology, either it is AWS or you learn about Microsoft Azure, right? So any cloud platform you should be learning it, or GCP, Google Cloud, right? So this is the hierarchy you get, the skill set which is needed for cloud security. But if you know CCNA in any firewall, and the technology is same, but the only thing is you're implementing on cloud products. It doesn't mean you have to learn wireless. Wireless is nothing to do with the cloud. So cloud is about a virtual server hosted. Same firewall instead of purchasing as a product. Let's say I purchase a hardware, like a laptop. I purchase a product called firewall. Instead of having a firewall hardware device, the same FortiGate firewall is hosted on their cloud. It is hosted on their virtual servers they have, right? Same technology, same product, but the solution is offered on the cloud. So it means if you know the firewall product, you know the cloud concepts, you know how to implement this firewall on the cloud products, right? Instead of a physical piece of hardware, you have a virtual server hosted across the globe. You can run your firewall on any of the virtual server hosted in the internet, right? It's a virtual server. That is what is called as a cloud in simple terms, right? You host your firewall on the virtual server. You don't need to carry any other skills. You learn CCNA, you learn any vendor firewall, any product, Cisco firewall, FortiGate, Palo Alto, any product firewall. So you know security concepts, you know fundamentals of networking. Now you learn cloud, you can start working on the cloud security.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Sure, thanks. Right, no more queries. I'm done with my introduction profile on network and opportunities there. So I think the host can take out from here.
Thank you, Harry, for that presentation.
Thank you.